So we met, I think 2024, fall of 2024, and actually saw your marketing platform on LinkedIn, just advertising, helping people to build their own business in recruiting and staffing. And obviously, I've been in recruiting for about 5 years now, and I've always wanted to have a business of my own. And so I know our journey started there, but started out with home health and focusing on that as a niche. But in 2025, I think December of 2025, I got to rebrand with you and Jesse and started focusing on manufacturing and construction. And through the automation process, was able to get my first client in late January of this year in 2026, and then got them to sign officially in February, mid-February. But a couple of months after that, was able to get my first placement, which is awesome. Finalizing my second placement with that client, so we're looking at about 24,000 as far as placement fees that I'll be bringing into our business. And since this year, though, I've been able to sign three clients, all through automation, which has been awesome. And then I'm looking to sign my fourth client here, hopefully within the next month.
Yeah, awesome, man. Congratulations. It's you guys worked really hard, you and Faith, and I think if you don't mind kind of sharing where you're at, because I remember like when we first met, like the two of you, and you're about to welcome a new addition to the family, so you had a
Yeah.
lot going on, and so I was like, okay, like let's, yeah, but you guys were had commitment and conviction to make this happen, and of course
Hmm.
we're aligned to help you out. But I really wanted to make sure that you guys win and everything else, just because you had, I mean, the stakes felt high, right? At
Yeah.
least that's how I took it. Like, oh, big family, like a lot of stuff going on, big stakes. But you guys made it happen. So yeah, would you mind kind of sharing your story with how this all came about, where you were at the time compared to maybe
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. I think that at the time, we really just wanted more control over, what we can create for our family.
Hmm.
And, it's kind of hard to do that in a regular job setting, right? You can only do so much with that. And so in the time we were in a transition, obviously we had our third kid on the way. But I mean, a lot of people use that, John, as a reason maybe not to do something big. That was a reason for us to do something big and to get more time to have more control, over our schedule, be able to, focus on the things that we want to focus on as a family. So
Yeah.
I think, my wife and I are kind of in alignment with that. We're very entrepreneurial minded already. And so, we just needed some help and support, which is what you brought to the table for us. And so through all the sessions, coaching sessions, the resources that you guys provide, I'm really confident anyone can really step in and learn how to do this, with the resources you guys are providing with Recruiting Launch.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, and you guys did all the hard work. I mean, we're glad to support you, but like you really made it happen,
Yeah.
especially given that you did a pivot niche. Because I think your story isn't just like, hey, we were crazy busy and a third kid on the way, had every excuse to say like, let's just defer this dream to someday maybe, and
Yeah.
where it might collect dust for who knows how long. But despite that, you made it happen. But and then also, in spite of kind of sticking to one niche, having it not really, work out the way you like it, pivoting. Like, can you talk through that decision of what it was like to make that pivot and how that's worked out? Because the one that the initial choice was kind of the no brainer. It's like, oh, it
Yeah. Yeah.
leverages your existing background, but you did a hard pivot. So you think
Yeah.
you're a testament that you can switch lanes midway through the journey and
Yeah.
come out ahead.
Yeah, I mean, as an entrepreneur, I mean that it's you want to get to that habit where you start making changes. If it's not working, it's okay. It's just make a change. And I think that I just believe so much of the value of the program. And
Hmm.
between that coupled with the fact that I wanted to be self-employed, I wanted to have that opportunity to have more control over, our life, our finances, and our schedule. I think that's what helped me just kind of stay the course, is because I just knew that it's just a matter of time. And so I remember last year just coming to Jesse and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about making a change. I've kind of observed that a lot of people aren't open to this in this industry that I started out with. And so what do you think about this industry, manufacturing and construction?
Yeah.
Because, a lot of companies will always need help and support with staffing in those fields. And Jesse was like, "Yeah, man, I'm all about it. Let's do it." And so we made those changes. We made them quick, and it was nice
Yeah.
because it was around the beginning of the new year's getting ready to start. And so you're able, if you do it right, can really create some strong momentum heading into the new year. At least that's what Jesse was constantly telling me. And
Yeah.
so, and as a
Yeah.
recruiter, I knew that too. The new year, everybody's looking for a new position, and people are looking to hire, quite a bit in that first quarter. So, all those things, it kind of all lined up, and we, through that support, we were just able to move quick, communicate with the team on just different marketing and branding things to change up, which was awesome. Can't imagine doing that by myself. And so,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Gabby, the whole, yeah, we had the whole
yeah,
team on you to get this
yeah, it was
turnaround
all hands on
going.
deck. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
fun. I remember, and I think now like the other transition you made recently too that I don't think we touched on yet is that you went full time, right? You're working a job, did this part time,
yeah.
kind of in incognito mode. So and now was it 2 weeks ago that you kind of left, and now you're full time, all in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy how it worked because it just became necessary too. I think at the same time that,
Yeah,
when you get four, potentially four clients,
yeah,
that you have to have more time. You have to have more freedom to do the sourcing and find the right candidates and all those things, right? And so, yeah, it just worked out that just we saw the
yeah,
momentum come,
yeah.
and it was just perfect timing to just transition to it full time as a result.
That that's awesome. Well, I think a lot of people like with the family want to have the business like to have time. Like time becomes like once the money's coming in and it's
Hmm.
things are stable, then I feel like time becomes like the biggest currency that people want
Yeah, for
to be
sure.
able to like I guess with three kids, right? Like
Yeah,
have it, it's hard to have it. Okay, I'm blocked out for 4 hours, honey. Sorry, I can't move this, right? It's like you can move whatever you want to move
yeah, yeah.
when needed. So that's so yeah. Congrats on not just the sticking the course, making the pivot change, starting off, even though again you had every opportunity to and valid opportunities to not do the entrepreneur thing and recruiting, and then now you're out here on the other side of the tunnel through all the ups and downs and curves. So yeah, really proud of you guys. Can't wait to support you. I know we're talking about getting the next thing going now and scaling up from here.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I'll just kind of ask you to shamelessly plug yourself. If people are listening to this and they're a hiring manager or a candidate in skilled trades, construction, manufacturing, yeah, how can they get hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, if you're using, LinkedIn, you can actually find me on LinkedIn. My name's very unique, H apostrophe ENRIE, Henry Williams. You can also, we have a website, skilledfitstaffing.com. It's easy to get access to my calendar on Calendly, and, set up some time just to do a discovery call and walk through some of your needs as well. And, how we can help you potentially support you with your staffing needs.
Yep, awesome. And if you guys are watching this and are in that industry, you could probably get some stuff. Henry, stand-up guy, couldn't recommend him more. So, yeah, again, really proud of you guys. Congratulations on your success. This is just the beginning. I know things are really going to just grow from here, as you've seen with just you're adding your fourth client now, and this is still just the beginning. So,
Yeah.
again, congratulations, man, and again, appreciate you sharing your story. I know it's going to hopefully influence and motivate other people who are aspiring to do something similar.
Absolutely. Happy to do it, John. Thank you for everything too. Appreciate you.
Of course, appreciate it. Bye now.